Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester.
And now I'm John Rush.
And we're glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lineup. Got a long video, so let's get to our weather really fast, brought to us by Haney Technical Center. I was telling John, he's asking it's going to warm up. Well, it's going to warm up to 67 degrees, so that's a little bit warmer. And the low tonight will still be 45. What about our marine forecast?
Marine forecast, it's calming down. You know, we've had some really rough winds these past couple of days, but you've got a northwest wind around 10 knots, and in your protected waters, it should be nice, calm, and smooth for you.
Well, I was talking about March leaving like a lamb. We don't have much time to get like a lamb because we're about to run out of time. We're about to get to the end of March. Take a look at our tides for the day. We really, the day is actually the 28th of March, so we don't have much time left, and we do have a good outgoing tide. Be after lunch. You got a high tide around 11:48 this morning, but a good outgoing tide is going to be dropping really fast, and tomorrow's tide is going to be strong, and so will Saturdays and Sundays. So we got some strong tides coming up. The full moon is behind us now. Now, let's set up this video, John. This is an outstanding video.
Yeah, this is, I'm not that big of a hunter, but this was absolutely amazing. We met up with the guy's name is Paul Stokes,
okay,
and he is out of Bluntstown. Well, it's a little bit north Bluntstown, between Bluntstown and Alpha. And it was unbelievable. I was going into it not thinking that much of it, but whenever I got there and I saw the equipment that we were going to be using, and I actually found out that I was going to be able to shoot at stuff, because I don't have my hunting license or anything, so I was going into it thinking, I'm just going to film and have to stay up really late.
He's a licensed outfitter, and you went with Walter, and y'all took Whitney up there.
Yep, and it was unbelievable. It was a crazy, awesome experience, and I did not know that you could do this.
A lot of people don't know. That's why we're glad to bring him on as our official sponsor of these hog hunts and all. And we're going to show this video. Then we're going to have some commercials with them later on, and it's such a nice.
And I'd really suggest going to their website and checking out some of the thermal imaging. I wasn't able to get it on this video because it wouldn't have worked right. But go to their website. They've got awesome thermal images of them shooting hogs. It's very cool, along with the dog hunts too. Yeah,
and people pay to go all over the places to go there, and we got it right here in our own backyard. So we're just glad to get this done, and I know I'm excited about it. I know you're going to really enjoy this, and a good job on that video.
Thank you very much.
And watch that little Whitney now. She jumped in there. She does a good job.
Yeah, she gets her one.
All right, listen, we're gonna go and take this break and come back with a video, and y'all have a great day. Do something good for somebody today.
All right, here we are in Calhoun County, Alpha, Florida, with Paul Stokes. And Paul is Muddy River Outfitters. And so we're excited to do some thermal imaging and infrared hunting for hogs. So tell us what the game plan is for Whitney and me tonight, if you would, Paul.
Well, first we'll go out and we'll spot various fields, find some hogs with this thermal spotting scope.
So will we just be riding in a truck and we'll spot along the fields?
Right.
Okay.
We'll do a drive-by on most of them, spot them from the highway, then we'll position ourselves with a wind advantage, sneak up on them. We'll get real close most of the time.
Well, what's real close? Is that 50 yards?
Inside 100.
Inside 100, okay.
We don't want to get any closer than 60 because then most people forget at that close range you got to aim a little bit high because of the height from the center of barrel, center of scope is about 2 inches high.
Right, right.
But we've had that happen a lot. People will shoot low and under if we get too close. So we'll try to get somewhere around 70 yards, 80 yards, and we'll fire away.
Okay.
We'll kill what we kill. We'll move on to the next field, spot them, and stalk them again.
Sounds good. What requirements does a hunter have to come on a hunt with you? Does he have to have a Florida hunter's license?
No, they're non-game animals. You don't have to have any kind of license.
Okay. And so you take people hunting, and you've got permission from landowners' fields.
Correct.
And you're actually helping these landowners, right? These farmers.
Mm-hmm. You'll see later on tonight the damage they're doing to the fields already. They're just now trying to level out some of the rooting that they did last year and getting prepared to plant again. So you'll see some of that, but it's a big help to them. We've got some fields that will kill 60 hogs off of during the course of a season, you know.
Wow. Well, what's the
And
most
they keep
hogs?
coming back.
What's the most hogs you've shot in one night?
10.
10. So our goal tonight is 11. That was my number in high school football, so 11 or more.
11, cool.
All right.
Were you a quarterback then?
Yeah.
All right.
Do your guests usually shoot a time or two, or do you get
Yes,
the feel for
we
sight
have
things in? I saw all
Hog silhouette down there.
You want to go down there and do that before it gets dark, or you want to do it after dark?
No, we want to do it after dark.
Okay.
You can't see.
Okay.
When you're shooting through this in daylight, see that little pinhole?
Right.
That's all the light that's allowed in with
Wow.
this cover on, and you
Okay.
can shoot through it, sight it in during the day. But
Okay.
this is a DPMS Panther AR-10 platform, 308 caliber. This is the torch, we call it, but it's an illuminator, technical name, I guess. Turns on right here. 3 clicks is normally about right as far as light.
Okay.
Then you can focus in or out with your light here. And then this is the scope power. You turn it on, 2 clicks clockwise.
Okay.
This is the reticle brightness. We'll leave that full bright.
Okay.
But that's focus. That'll already be focused. You won't have to worry about anything but scopes on and off. This, of course, is your safety, like every AR. When you're operating, you use thumb, fire, and safe.
Okay.
And we'll keep it on safe until you're here in the field. You know, turn your safeties off and your scopes on. And at that point, you'll prop them in the spy pods, acquire your target. I say, can you see your target? Can you, man on the left, man on the right? And we'll fire away. You shoot, if you're on the left, you shoot in the left quadrant. On the right, right quadrant. The middleman has the middle.
Okay.
Now, if they run, they can get all kind of scenarios there. They will run, of course, but you can never tell which way they're going to run. So,
How many rounds a minute or a second will that?
well, you only have
Fire.
a few seconds before they're out of range. So
Right.
you normally get off maybe 5 shots
Okay.
if you're good and quick. If you're used to shooting wing shot, maybe.
Yeah. My goal in wing shooting is to put as much lead in the air as fast as I can. So I might be
Pray
able
and pray. That's
There
what
you go. That's what we'll be doing tonight.
Yeah.
That's great. And what about the kick on that type of gun?
No kick.
No kick.
Should
So
be comfortable
12-year-old Whitney will be able to handle that gun fine.
Right.
It's got a lot of moving parts and pieces. I've never had to deal with a scope and night vision.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll brief us on that, and we'll actually go
Right.
shoot some target
That's
later
correct.
on. Okay.
Just so you know that I'm not fibbing to you. It won't kick at all. You got to have your eye fully against this to block out outside light.
That would be
So you can
painful
see
if it
clearly.
did kick.
It won't kick.
And so how do you have this expertise? Because you use words that sound like you've done this quite a bit.
Well, we've been doing it. This is our 3rd season, so
And do you have a military background?
I do not.
Okay.
But we were trained by Rod Pinkston, who is military. He started this Jaeger Pro. You may have heard of him in Columbus, Georgia.
Right.
And we bought our equipment through him. It's out of California. The Night Optics makes the scope. He is also an ex-Marine. He handpicks our tubes for the scopes, make
Right.
sure they're polished up best they can be. So we got select grade just like military.
And it's a major investment to get into this line of business.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just your average hunter would probably rarely be able to go out and afford this type of equipment.
Right. These 3 guns, 3 scopes, 3 illuminators, and the Cyclops you saw earlier, and the thermal, about $30,000 worth of equipment. So,
Wow. $30,000. That's quite different than throwing up some corn feeders and
yeah, we
hoping they
don't
come
go
by
into
with
the
a
corn.
30-06.
We got 4 barrels of corn right there for off season to get them out in the open, you know.
We've got Eric Hill has joined us. Eric is a martial arts instructor in the area, but he is also a guide for Muddy River Outfitters, and so he's going to give us a breakdown on how things are actually going to go. He's pretty specific in his language, and I'm sure he's specific in his instruction in martial arts, and that carries over into
Sure.
hog hunting with thermal and infrared.
Yeah, and the main thing we want to focus on is obviously safety. That's our first concern, because most people are not used to or familiar with shooting at night, and so your surroundings is obviously dark, and from that you get tunnel vision. You got your eyes in the scopes, and then your other one obviously would usually be closed. So our presentation needs to be very concise. You stay within your region of shot,
Right.
and don't cross over it. So the center man is on shoot center and left and right, and whatever runs right will be shot, followed by the right man. Center stays center if they go away or come to, but we don't need to cross over those barriers just for safety reasons, because we'll be in a straight line, and obviously any muzzle turn could result in bad conditions. But anyway, we'll do that, and if they do cross over, Paul was going to mention that, if they cross over while we're doing the countdown,
just keep your focus on your quadrant.
Okay.
That's right.
And remain on the biggest hog in your quadrant.
And the biggest hog, and the reason you want the biggest hog is what?
They do more damage.
That's right.
Okay.
And if you can get, say there's 3 big hogs in a group, you can take out all 3 of them on the first shot on the countdown. The younger hogs are going to be a little bit disoriented, confused, and make them easier targets on the consecutive rounds after.
And are we shooting for vital organs? Are we shooting for head, or what?
You should.
Yeah, you want to shoot for shoulder.
Biggest mass,
Sure.
okay.
Headshot.
All right.
Headshots. If you can, headshots.
Headshot if you
But
can.
we're trying. This is a good mixture of what Paul's doing. Is a good mixture of helping these farmers. The depredation is tearing their fields up, and also obviously for a purpose of guiding. But at the same time, our ultimate purpose is to do most damage to the hogs that we can to help the farmers out, because they're the ultimate benefactor.
What's a dollar value that damaged hogs could do in one night to somebody's fields? Can they do $5,000 worth of damage, $20,000, $500?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
honestly.
Probably depends on the crop.
Sure.
But
And
Right. They have in the past typically reported that a marked peacock, for instance, on the field out there that's our most productive, when he's planting peanuts, they got a big sounder come in there, they may tear up 10 acres. At $250 an acre to replant, you're talking
in a
$2,500.
night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and
They'll
again,
get their
sometimes.
nose in the row and go right down it and get every seed there.
Wow.
And so you can figure one of the fields we have is a 55-acre field, and there's very few spaces within that field that's probably the size of Paul's house. And you picture a third of a mile by a quarter mile field that you can't sit a house in that's not destroyed, and it's got rye in it right now. You drop peanut seeds in. That's over several cumulative nights, but over a long time, a period of time, there's times that farmers won't even bring their machinery in to harvest it because they've destroyed the planted seeds. So
Right.
yes, it's a big benefit for us, but it's also a bigger benefit for them if we can get these hogs eradicated.
Right. Well, I know we're really excited to be able to go out and use the advanced technology to shoot a great weapon that's used by our military, to be out in beautiful countryside with people who are knowledgeable, help out farmers,
Sure.
and to put some meat in the freezer. I mean, those
That's
are
right.
all great win-wins, and you guys offer packages to people that are affordable, and you've got discounts for different
Sure.
groups. We're excited.
Very good. Well, we're excited to carry
We
y'all.
are too.
Let's go shoot. Y'all ready?
Anytime you will. we just made our first spot and stalk for the night. We had one big hog out in the middle, and then a second one came out. The plan was for Whitney to shoot the big one, and then I would shoot the smaller one that was further out. We did the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then you're supposed to shoot on 0. So I started putting lead in the air, and Whitney evidently didn't get any shots off. So hogs went kind of in 2 different directions, but I think we hit both of them. But it's just a matter of whether or not we'll be able to find them if it was a kill shot or not.
He's down. Other one's gone. Yeah, nice shot. Nicely done. Straight across. Straight vertical down to the road.
There you go. Yeah, the chamber is, yeah. Go ahead and get Don't need lights on or off?
Lights help me, I think. Let me try it with and without.
Without them? Okay.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So happy. We pulled up and John sees 2 standing right here and the truck's right over there, and they've been sitting here the whole time. We didn't even see them, so hop out and lay one down.
Real quick.
I was so happy.
But like we saw him and it was probably what, maybe a minute and a half, and then he was dead.
Yeah.
Oink oink.
Good job, John.
That makes number 80. What did we say, 85?
85 since January 1.
Yeah.
1 down, 10 to go.
Trying to get 11. Ooh, I'm happy.
You got a weapon?
It is 2:15 in the morning. We have successfully killed 2 hogs and
4 tires.
1 Dodge truck.
and 1 Dodge
That's
truck.
right.
We are currently, I don't know if this is straight or not, but right now our truck is sitting probably about like this, and we're in a ditch. And on top of that, it's raining. And I have to get up really early.
You're not going to get up. It's going to be stay up.
So we were on our last stop, last field we were going to check. We had just checked, and we heard, or Paul heard hogs, but didn't see anything, so we were pulling out to head to the house. And the truck started tilting and kept tilting.
It is 4:05 in the morning, and we are finally heading home. We killed 2 hogs. We got a truck officially stuck, and we were not able to pull it out. Whitney is dead asleep in the back, and yeah, do not fall asleep at the wheel.
It was a lot of fun, though. And
It was a lot of fun.
Those guys
It was
know a lot about hog hunting. They know a lot about their equipment. They know a lot about safety. They know a lot about the area. That was something that really was worth the time.
Oh yeah, it was.
And I think anybody who has any desire to do anything kind of tactical, you know, with the night vision and the infrared and the thermal imaging, you got to do that.
Yes.
And you're helping the farmers.
You are?
Because those hogs, really, the damage they did to those fields is
incredible. Yeah, you can see it. I've got footage where you can see that, and it's sad.
So look them up on the web, muddyriveroutfitters.com. Paul and Eric, they will treat you right.
Good guys.
It's a good time.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.